following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Of course! Of course!
Broke some, you don't know specifically what?
Ethical ones. Well, it's how you go about breaking rules like that in the occultism department. It's beyond me.
Perhaps performing actual occult rituals?
What would be the point in that beyond a purely performative demonstration, in which case there would be no ethical violation unless he was carrying through with some of them?
That's what I meant.
Why would you do that? That's nonsense. You know, you are aware that none of this is real, right? This is all, it's like religious studies.
Oh, the occult.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure.
You know, it's make-believe.
Yeah.
More of a parapsychological.
Yeah, only Jesus is real.
Well, I have some interesting theories on that. But of course that's not my department. You want Cromwell in comparative religions.
I see.
Perhaps Oates in medieval metaphysics. That's a real course.
Really?
Yeah.
And you have any personal feelings towards Bolton? I mean,
I think he's being unusually cagey. What harm is there in just allowing someone to look at a thing?
let's see, how many paintings were actually removed from we still haven't got a clear
You know, they won't
number
even
on that
say.
because they won't. Yeah, they
Yeah,
won't
but
tell
they won't
us.
say. There's just some. More than one. Fewer than 12.
Do you know where they're stored here?
Yes.
And where would that be?
Well, I'm sure that if you were to obtain permission to see them, then you would be escorted there, and don't need to know otherwise.
Oh,
I'm sorry, which company did you say you worked for again?
Boston Art Insurance.
Boston Art, the insurance.
Boston Art Insurance. We specifically deal with art based in Boston.
And where are you staying in town, so I can get back to you?
The Hangman.
Hangman.
Yeah.
Oh, very good choice. Very good choice. You know, a lot of artists spent time in Hangman.
Maybe
A lot of
that's
musicians, songwriters, painters.
Maybe that's what the company set us up there. But I'll ask at reception and see if I can get access to those.
Well, then you'll have to talk to Bolton. Only he has access to the storerooms.
I assumed that, given the fact that he won't let you get access to it, even though you know where it is.
Yes. Well, knowing where it is and being able to get in are two different
Yelling
things.
in my head to Dex, it's like, can you pull that out of his head?
North wing, ground floor, right at the end.
Thank you anyway for your time.
You bitch.
This is why he doesn't
Have you
let
got
us
any
get
other questions?
Well, don't let me keep you, even though my time is basically worthless.
Oh, then don't let me keep you either.
A shame.
Thank you for your time.
Of course, madam. Yes. I'm sorry, your last name was...
Bradford.
Miss Bradford.
I didn't know
You didn't know your last name was Bradford?
that it was so bad up here with it. It's
No,
like
it's just primitive superstitions. Besides which, the idea of collective guilt is at latest Victorian era one. Has no business in modern society.
it's like I'm not from this area or know of it.
Interesting place, no doubt.
What
Thank
brought
you.
you here, if you don't mind my asking before we leave?
This is one of the few locations with a decently funded occult research department. and their regular expeditions to important sites around the world make it an attractive place to teach and study at. Also, the wages are very good, and there is an apartment provided.
Good to know. I'll have a nice day.
Yes, what a lovely turn of phrase. Have a nice day. I'm going to use that. With your permission.
It's fine, it's not copywritten.
Back to you guys.
Alvin's probably spent time at the door listening to see whether there's student activity or a lot of people.
It's pretty quiet outside the door. It's locked. Oh, mind you, it's the inside, so... Oh no, this is an old place. It's got a key. You have to pick the lock. These older places, they did have you need the key on both sides to open it. Something which I've found a lot of modern critics, when they're talking about horror films, they're like, who has a lock on the inside of the door to open? It's like, really common.
Yeah.
We had one here until we replaced the door.
Yeah, there is
You're looking for a 10.
33.
You slide that thing open like you've got the key. Fucking people who have the key can't open this fast.
It's like that thing where the guy broke into my car and fixed the lock so it worked better.
Yeah, that happened. You fixed this lock, opening it so smoothly. Outside, the hall is lit with a regularly spaced hallway brackets that have like those little curved arms with a plattern on it, and there's a candle on each one. There appears to be an unoccupied hall, and it's just like a sort of like raised area, like a mezzanine, in a horseshoe shape around a lower area, which has got like a lounge with a fireplace in it and that sort of thing, and like some tall bookcases and some work desks spaced around like a collective workroom, gentlemen's club sort of atmosphere, with like little half pillars with half columns with like busts on them of like luminaries, and around the horseshoe are just like doors, and there's 4 on sort of this broad side of the wall, which is the 4 on the back that you were going to be looking in, and you come out of the 3rd one.
Okay, and they are like candles. They're not like
They're candles.
okay. So Alvin is probably actually just going to blow out a candle to darken the area he's in.
Darkness, the home of the Negro.
Someone comes and lights it.
Well, yeah, but you can see them coming.
Come out of the darkness. To light it.
Hey, look, horror movie thing. I do horror movie things. I'm going to blow out the candles and slowly approach somebody blowing out all the candles, so they know they're in danger.
I say, Pendlebury. Yes, Bartledy. Are we in danger? Yes.
But we can't move until the last candle goes out. You know the rules.
I'm already loading.
You're too late.
Yeah, and Alvin, I'm basically just going to start sneaking around the place the best that I can, looking at all the door things and the busts.
Well, the 4th door says Hugo Bolton.
Bingo. Or bolted. The bingo. And voices and everything inside.
Yes, the frosted glass of the door does not allow you to see clearly in, but there are voices coming through the door. You flatten yourself to the floor because there is a decent gap at the bottom of the door, allowing you to hear in more clearly if you want to do that.
I do want to do that, but I also want to keep listening for footfalls and stuff like that, so somebody doesn't sneak up on me and do that.
Okay, so what I'm going to do here is a little mechanic that I have been wanting to try.
Okay.
I want you to take your perception number and reduce it by an amount of your attention that you're paying for ambient listening, and then roll the remaining number.
Alright, I'll split it 50-50 for
Okay.
ears.
And then you roll the other half of the number for ambient listening.
Okay, fair way to do this. Two differently coloured dice.
Because you're trying to do two perception skills at the same time. This is the way to do. Like, strictly,
apply this to
the
a bunch
mechanic
of
suggestion
skills.
actually says you reduce it by 2 because it's difficult listening for two separate things. But I'm just starting out with this. I want to try.
Okay. Okay, so it's an odd number, so I'm just going to split. So 7 plus 7 to each dice.
So interior is 21.
Mhm.
Exterior is 25.
Okay. With 21, you will get. Frankly, I'm wondering exactly what your interest in these paintings is, Mr. Crush.
Well, my interest is purely academic.
They're the remaining paintings of a celebrated, if controversial, artist. Yes, you mentioned that, but I'm wondering exactly why I should break university rules and allow an outsider to examine these, which would mean uncasing them from their protected casings. All kinds of accidents could happen. Why should I make an exception for you?
Well, as I've mentioned, I am authorized to offer you all sorts of additional assistance, funding, influence in political circles to get more of what you want done, but in addition to that, I could be personally grateful.
Yes, you mentioned. I have to say, I do find the opportunity to study what do you call them? Mutant? Quite interesting. We don't have any such thing here, of course.
Yes, of course.
I am afraid I must give this matter some thought and get back to you, Mr. Crush.
Yes, certainly.
And, when may I get back to you?
Let me just look at the map real quick, because I haven't got the thing on my screen that has the name of the hotel that where we is.
I think he got a room at the Grand.
No, it's the other one.
I don't think he.
The Grand was just a room to try and do something there. Yeah, we had the other hotel.
Yeah, the third.
Not the Hangman and not the Arkham.
The third one.
Oh, obviously.
The Guevara Arms.
Oh, yes. Quaint little place.
It is, out of the way.
Yes, certainly. Well, I'll send word on my decision.
I urge haste.
X-name.
Okay.
And
Bend.
And conventionally going to hide in the darkened area as opposed to trying to be a bust or something.
You didn't roll. It's too late now. Good day.
Yes, good day.
You head down the stairs. The door will close.
Too dangerous to interfere with that. So I'm probably just going to note where his office is and start heading back down to to see where the roped off area staff entrance to here would be. So if I can just open the door and let.
So you're heading down into the area.
I'm on the horseshoe, right?
Yep.
So I just want to look down onto the lower level and see where.
You see a door in the back, double doors in the back of the room that might lead out into that area. Who could say?
And people are down in the lounge lower area.
There's one guy in the area you couldn't see from where you were, which is why I was hoping you'd just leap down there like a tart. An elderly gentleman with two waistcoat tails hanging over the back of a backless chair, a bench seat really, sitting in front of an elaborate writing desk with like an open book there, and he's just scritching away on some paper and saying, fascinating, yes. Occasionally reaching over to a side table and picking up like a cube of like something. And just like,
Brain food.
Just a cube of butter.
Trying. Where did stuffing to go?
I do need to leave the area, but Alvin's going to try and sneak down onto the lower level and go out through the staff door and leave it open. So I'm going to need a wedge, probably a book, if there.
Any of those around? You grab a random book off the shelf.
something ironic about opening doors in your career.
It's going to be hard for you to do that since you don't speak Greek, Latin, or Arabic.
Then a slim, hard-covered book.
Okay, you pick the slimmest volume you can off the shelf. This 3-inch thick tome is...
At least it's not in a box.
Would you even recognize that as a book?
Hey man, I got a shelf full of boxes in here. Weird.
There's a book that's this thin and it's called Black Lives That Matter.
It's the Greek people! Boxonians! The Boxonians are here!
You just popped off, my boy.
Those double doors, and there's another room beyond. This one is it's a wide hallway with it's got polished marble floors, but there's like a straight red with a fringed in like blues and golds scroll work rug that stretches to the other set of doors, and there's a door on one side and a door on the other, and a discreet little plaque on one door has a gentleman figure, and a discreet little plaque on the other door has a female figure, and there's dust on that doorknob. And then there's a door on the far wall, which looks more of a standard university's doors thus far, and beyond that you can see like shapes and lights and movements. No, you can't. You can see a stairwell. My bad.
Okay, but Alvin will trying to not make a lot of noise, so move down the hallway to the far door and gain access to the stairwell.
Okay, none of these doors are locked.
And is this... So the
The stairwell spirals down to a door, and that opens out into the back of the like offices areas that you were looking at the other angle from.
Okay, so that is probably the door that I'm going to ensure stays open.
Okay.
So, and if I follow it all the way through, does that go back into the initial
The reception area? Yes, it does.
So Alvin will go back through, and then try and go and find an answer.
I'm gonna need a stealth check, man. Come on.
I'm very good at stealth.
Incidentally, I don't know when the timing will be, but I will have asked Dix to ping Alvin the mental location.
I was gonna wait until after he'd done everything.
Oh yeah. Again, I don't know when the timing is, but
Usually have to wait half an hour for the leak show, so
Yeah.
should have worked it.
27. No fucking dice. How can I do this?
Just right up against the foot.
Okay. You think you've done that?
Good enough.
Yes.
And go and find an Etsy and Jen and see what they've been doing good there. Hopefully they haven't been standing out in the rain.
Meanwhile, outside in the rain. Does he often just leave you behind in the
Yes, all the time.
No, this is the first time I've been left standing ankle deep in mud in the rain.
Last time it was on the top of a building.
Last time it was on the top of a building, and I flashbanged myself.
Actually, you were there for that one.
I have good sympathy for that one. Well, to be fair, I wanted to capture you and put you inside a little cube. Because you're a bad person. You're not less cute now. Thank you.
Swelch.
Oh, you have no
swelch.
idea.
Oh, hey, why are you guys out here in the rain?
We were waiting for you.
Okay, I successfully infiltrated the place and found the thing. I can't break in because he's currently in there in his office.
Okay,
But I did prop the door.
Suddenly, Dex's voice loops into your head. Hey, here's where the paintings are stored. Roxanne got the information.
Okay, thank you, Dex. You're having fun being Dex Radio, huh? On the upside, the door through to the staff offices and stuff is currently jammed open, but there's not much point to it because he's in his office.
Okay.
But Crush has just left.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, but you're cheating, so...
Not cheating. No one said it wasn't allowed.
Okay. Did Her Royal Majesty tell us where we're all meeting up, or...?
No, Bonnie didn't say anything about that. I assumed you guys were going to go check out the storage room, Scoob.
I'm down. Did you tell everyone who was with me, aside from Jen, or do I have to...
No, you got to do that.
Right. Cool.
Because you hate talking to people.
I love talking to people.
Right then, don't complain.
Right. I realize I forgot to do the I'm talking to Dex thing, but he just gave me an update. We have a location on where we got to break in and do the sneaky stuff too. We have a location for the vault.
Art theft time.
Yay!
I never said steal the paintings.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Alvin, this might be my highest value heist yet.
Wait, you've done heists? No, you don't get to say this might be my highest value heist yet, and you haven't done heists.
Well, I mean, I've done heists, but they were like, I got your TV, I got your stereo.
That's not a heist!
That's
a theft! Heisting requires elaborate plans, a debonair suits, and complicated series of guys.
Look, I did do the elaborate planning
A
thing.
Dean Martin.
I didn't have a Dean Martin, and I didn't have an elaborate suit.
Well, then it's just theft.
I feel like your standards are really hurtful.
No, they're just standards. I have them, others don't. Besides which, I like to think of them as exceptionals. Other people are standard.
Damn, she's savage today.
Derek.
Ooh. Not even there to defend yourself against that one. Hey, come on, you've elevated up to standard.
Substandard.
Now
It's
you're
a
Derek.
compliment.
Now you're Derek normal. Eventually, you get back to Derek strong. Oh, quick question: do you heist? Do we get inside and heist, or do we arrange an escape? Do you heist from the in out or the out in?
What?
Do you go in and find out what you've got and then try to figure out a way to get it out, or do you figure out how to get it out?
Oh, you're saying we should case the joint.
That's it.
You are making this very elaborate.
Isn't that fun?
It's only fun when you're doing.
Well, let's case it. I mean, that might be where they had stuff stolen from, so we don't want to mess with evidence. To the scene!
Splop, splop, splop.
Can you close the window?
Nope.
Meanwhile, the other group.
That's it. Dix has just passed that on.
Right, we've passed it on.
Okay, so hopefully they can find the items in question.
Good.
I don't know what there is left for us to do until they've secured them, unless anybody has any ideas. Though I'm curious what our competition was doing here and what led them to this place.
But you did ask for a... no.
Well, why they up the... How have they tied the paintings to this thing? That's how I'm
The
wondering.
thing is, what thing?
Well, the main thing is supposed to be the whole... There's been earthquakes that's opened up potentially dangerous tunnels underneath the ground. Like, what's that got to do with... It's... My basic point is we're here for, like, a number of different reasons, right? We're here for... Like, there's a main objective, but then we've also got secondary ones.
I know that... that's the thing, I'm not sure what the main objective is. I know...
Well, there's your family stuff. There's
Well, no,
the Alex stuff.
But the family stuff and Alex stuff are sort of linked because if we
Yes.
follow the family stuff, we may end up at the Alex stuff because that's what he was investigating, following his path. But I don't know if either of the two are included into the... honestly, we haven't found anything that ties it in.
Yeah, so why are... My question is, why are the competition also looking into your family stuff and the Alex stuff?
They may not be looking into my family stuff.
Then why was he here?
They may be looking...
Asking a Bolton things.
I don't know.
Exactly, that's the big question. That's bothering me right now. I mean, I know this is a competition, but is it a competition about every single aspect of why we're here?
Well, as far as... because
What interest do the LA people have in your family or
I don't know. Like, because I don't know what we're really investigating, I'm just following the path that we do know.
Fair enough.
Alex hasn't been missing for a month, has he?
No, he's been missing for not even a week, I would say.
I just had a weird hunch that I quickly did a follow-up on. The two missing staff from the university might have been Alex and Babette. They got a fake
Posing
position and then disappeared taking some stuff, but there's about a month difference between when they got their rooms at the Grand and when they first
He hasn't
filed
even
this.
been here a month, Derek.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's up to the others to. I mean, we could keep looking around through the halls and seeing if anything comes up.
Alright, but now what?
But that's what I mean. That's about all we can do until the others have made some headway on finding that art and maybe getting some answers there. Because I think I'm not going to necessarily say we've come up dry in the university, but I don't think we've got any major targets right now outside of, again, just wandering through corridors looking for anything that might... Looking for hats with bands and tapes under them, maybe.
Alright, let's do that. Spread out throughout the entire university, everyone.
Something to do with the
Scatter.
The paintings or photos of the previous tenure. I'm also looking for if there's any. I don't know his don't know his name. Don't know who he married, but I'm looking for a short tenure, maybe for a younger guy who then back in the.
So the photos on the
I
wall.
remain completely baffled.
I was going to say the photos on the wall are only the current stuff. I know they.
Is it only current? They don't
Yes.
have any previous stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
it's
ones you
just the
found
current-
are just
yeah.
the current stuff.
All right.
I remember asking about that earlier, and it was just like that is literally the current stuff. Because I was wondering if
'Cause I know that,
everyone was on there.
I know that one of the previous professors from here married a Bradford, and then moved to the island.
Mm.
So
Indeed, that is true.
Well, if he married Anna, was that the one he married, or
no,
No.
Anna married no one, as far as we're aware.
okay?
Married Barbara.
Okay.
they're of the same line as Father Amos.
But they kept the Bradford name, even though he married a Bradford. No,
I
You don't know, okay.
I don't know what his
Okay.
last name is. But if there's no other pictures or anyone else, looking at paintings and stuff to see if there's any other suspicious things. Since
I'm just going to make
Like-
a general.
What are suspicious things?
more eyes, more people spying on us.
Oh, okay. Give me a perception check.
Bunny grows more paranoid.
17. It's only paranoid when you're not having it done. And we are.
Bonnie
What are you?
becomes
Yep.
briefly fixated on the fact that, like, there's two paintings that are really unevenly spaced, like two bunched up together as opposed to being neatly spaced like the rest, and they're identical.
Paintings are identical themselves.
Yeah, two. So what you've got, like, in this corridor that you guys are still in, you've got like window, painting, window, painting, window, two paintings really close together that are the same. Window, painting, window.
That is suspicious.
I'll look at that area and see if I can find anything more like it. Maybe a latch or
Okay, go
a
ahead.
drag mark or
Okay. That is investigation.
29.
You don't find any scraping that beyond normal student leaning on wear and tear that is consistent with other areas of the walls. You don't find any latches or catches of any kind. They both appear to be affixed in the same manner, as far as you can tell without heaving them off the wall. There is nothing unremarkable about that except for the extremely odd placement. And that the like one of them is in the center and the other one's like off to the right beside it. They're not even centered in the
So I'll try and slide one, the one that's uneven,
Okay.
further to make it even.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Where's this is on an outside wall, right?
Inside. You're inside.
So,
Paintings on
so
an
there's
outside wall would be odd.
so it goes window painting, window paint. There's no doors in this whole big.
It's the window facing wall
Yeah.
of which there are rooms on that side, and here's the exterior wall that you are inside of.
You know, that's what I'm wondering. It's is it the it's the it's
Okay,
on
you
the-
asked if you were outside.
No, is it the wall that's the looks out to
It
the
is
outside?
the exterior wall.
Thank you,
yes.
sweet. Yeah.
Oh, 22.
Your hand passes through the second painting. Like it's not even there.
Roxanne?
Uh-huh.
You don't have to put on the red light.
Does the wall also protect with underneath the painting?
It appears to be a wall. Thick and heavy stone.
So do you feel
Slightly cold.
anything when your hand goes through it?
No. What a wonderful new power Bonnie has discovered.
We're going to try the same thing with the painting.
Roxanne also has this new power.
It spreads deeper.
Wall.
Oh, it eventually hits something.
Like the second you would encounter the wall, you encounter the wall.
So I'm going to wave my hand through it. Is it like a hologram or something?
Yeah, it's like a hologram or something.
I'll try and block the light from the top, see if it
Nothing happens. A passing student looks at you two like you're bizarre. And like, oh, man, outside girls are weird. I don't know, I rather like it.
I'm
Any
going to put my
oddball-
face
I was
through.
going to do the
You
same
do
thing,
that.
but
I'm going to see if there's anything on the other side there on the wall.
There's a wall.
Yeah, is there enough light to see what's on the wall? Like, is there writing or anything? Or
No, it's just a wall.
what's on the base of it? Is it
Well, yeah, I'm going to look at the floor and at the ceiling while
They're
my...
both perfectly ordinary.
So whilst they're a hologram of a painting. 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 Painting.